Learner Diversity Part 7, we're looking at religion. One of the areas recognized by NCATE and other national organizations. Again, when we think of diversity, we must look at all of these. 3 important points. First, religion is different from spirituality. We'll be talking about spiritual intelligence later on. That's why I bring up this point. As well, religion does not have a monopoly on that term or the concept of spirituality. That is because spirituality can be addressed from either a sacred or religious point of view or a secular or non-religious point of view, as you will see in a later visit. I do have an online survey if you are taking my class from me. I ask you to go ahead and take this to give us a sense of who our class is. All right, what does the U.S. Department of Education say about religious expression in public schools? You can pause here and study that as you would, or I can give you the overview. In a public school, you may not promote one religion or religious view and denigrate another. You cannot say one is right, you cannot say others are wrong. You can do that in a private setting, a private school, but not in a public school paid for with public dollars. Now, why might it be important for a teacher to know something about world religions? Think about the conflicts that we have today and the basis of many of these conflicts. Lack of understanding, I think. Quick overview so you can see how many and when. Given a sense of the scope of humanity, this is how many people, rough estimate, identify themselves as being adherents to a particular religion and the dates of origin. So you can see the oldest religions here, Hinduism, Buddhism, etc. Religion is a part of being a human being. Thus, it should not be ignored in a public school. Because it is part of us. We are human beings. Being a religious being is part of being a human being. As well, our religious affiliations shape what we think about the world, how we view the world, what we think about what is right and what is wrong, and even the nature of reality. So it's important to at least address this or study it someplace. Social studies is a great place, but there are other places. So schools should not ignore religion. That U.S. Department of Education thing that I showed you before does not say that our schools should be religious vacuums. It says that we should be respectful of all religions or religious views. We need to reduce religious bigotry, and bigotry is saying I'm right and everyone else is wrong. Now you may think that, but think that in the privacy of your home or in your private organizations or in the privacy of your church, synagogue, or mosque. You can think that, but in a public school you may not exude that. We are teaching our children how to have civil discussions, how to respect people who have different viewpoints. And religion is one that is touchy, I know. But this is part of educating people to be global citizens, to respect and to allow people to have different ideas without automatically wanting to correct them. Oh, no, you're wrong because... Okay, so just some points for addressing religion. Number one, we want to avoid these religion of the day things, these cartoonish sketches of different religions. We really want to seek understanding so they can see the commonalities. We want to make sure that our covering them is academic, not devotional. This is what it is. This is the effect it has on people and things. And again, as I said before, we want to educate. We cannot denigrate any religious view or promote any religious view. It is to educate, to make aware of the effect that these have on culture, on art, on decisions, to help us understand people around the world. And again, we are more similar then we are different. We have far more similarities than differences. Oftentimes in a small town, people will say, well, this is the majority view in this town, therefore we should be able to have a Christmas concert or some other thing. But big picture, we are not preparing students to live in a particular community. We are preparing our students in this year, 2010 and beyond, to live in a global community where they are going to be interacting with people of diverse views and diverse religions. Thus, we are not preparing our students, we are not giving them an adequate education if we educate them thinking that this is the right view. And again, you can do that in your churches or in your home, but not in a public school. It is very hard to be a religious minority. If you've been in a school, a group of people, a culture, or a community where that is the case, you understand this. And democracy is not majority rules. Democracy is not, let's protect the rights of the majority. Democracy is to protect minority positions. Religion, point 6, can and should be addressed across the curriculum. Yes, social studies is a great place, but look at art and music and science and the effect that religion has had on decision making there. So across the curriculum, art, music are wonderful places because there's many wonderful music and art that stems from different religions or religious views. All right, this is the end of part 7, looking at religion in public schools.